said it over and over and over and over and over. What is slope-intercept form? Y equals mx plus b. What's m? Slope. And b is the y-intercept. When you think about the fact that it's called slope-intercept form, does it kind of, the name of it kind of give you a clue as to what it's going to provide? Yeah, it's called slope-intercept form. So if I'm given a slope of 3 and a y-intercept of -6, and I substitute, what's my new equation? 3x minus 6. If they all couldn't be that easy, right? Okay, y equals 3x minus 6. But there's another way. There's actually 2 other ways. Yes?
x1 minus x2 over y1. Or is it
that's the slope formula, and it will be y on top. If you're close, it's going to look kind of like that. Point slope form. Slope-intercept form gives me the slope and an intercept. What do you think point slope form gives me? A single point or a solution and the slope. So literally point slope form. The only other one is standard form, which we'll talk about next week. Point slope form, which is on your math chart, y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. We're going to break this down a little bit. When I write in slope-intercept form, are there any variables that don't get replaced? What stayed the same?
The slope, or the y and the x.
The y and the x, because I should be able to plug in any solution to see if it works, right? So the same thing happens here. When you are writing point slope form, the y and the x are going to stay y and x, okay? So those will stay as they are. You're replacing everything else. So write the equation of a line with a slope of 2 that goes through the point 4, -3. I've been given the slope and a point. And we've been doing these problems and putting them in slope-intercept form. But let's put it in point slope form. If I have y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1, looking at the statement, what's the first thing that you guys know to replace? Oh, the slope, m. What is my slope? 2. Great. So now we have y minus y1 equals 2 times x minus x1. Wonderful. But we also have this point. It's going to go in for x1 and y1. So my x value is 4. So I'm going to replace this with 4. What's my y value? -3. Now the thing about point slope form is that the formula says minus and minus. So when you've got a negative, what's actually going to happen? It's going to turn into a positive. So this is going to become y plus 3 equals 2 times x minus 4. And that is it.
Just leave it like that?
You leave it like that. That is point slope form. Yes.
But since what x1 is a positive, it's still actually still subtract.
So you have to get, that was a good question. You have to get used to the idea. Oh, wait. You have to get used to the idea that this is going to be possible. Wait. Let's do another one together. 2, 9, and m equals -2. So what's my y1? 9. So y minus 9 equals -2 parentheses x minus 2. Very good. Y'all try number 2. Now, as we go through, we're going to add pieces to it, all right? But we're continuously writing point slope form. So now I'm given 2 points. So for point slope form, if I'm given 2 points, what am I missing? M. I'm missing slope. So I'm going to have to find it. But if I have 2 points, can I find slope? Yes. So find the slope using the slope formula or table, however you want to make that happen. What's my change in y? Plus 4. What's my change in x? Plus 6.
Plus 6.
Depend, well, if you put it reversed, it would have been minus. Okay. What's my slope? 4 over 6. 2 over 3. Okay. If you're writing point slope form, doesn't matter which point you pick. Okay? Because if I then simplified it back like we were talking about before to slope intercept, I'm going to get the same thing. So unless otherwise specified, it doesn't matter which point. Because sometimes if you have a question, it'll say, use this point to write point slope form, or use the leftmost point to write point slope form. But in this case, it doesn't matter. So pick one. 5, 8. Why'd you pick 5, 8? Because they're both positive. Okay. Y. What do I do?
Y
Minus 8 equals 2/3 x minus 5. Very good. If you picked the other one, it would be y minus 4 equals 2/3 x plus 1. Either one is fine. You don't have to list both, but either one is fine. Yes, Ryan.
On a test, the pattern will have to do this.
If it was an open-ended, I would take either answer. If it's a multiple choice, look through your answers because one is probably like slightly wrong. So you just have to look carefully. Okay, your turn. Okay. I've tried to spot check everybody, but just to double check your own paper, there were 2 answers possible for each one. So you could have had that or that. And then in this scenario, that's fine. But if you take 0 from anything, does it change it? Thank you. Or perfect. Okay. Let's go on to the next one. Now we have a slope and a point. So we've kind of gone backwards, but now we're going to talk about rewriting it into slope-intercept form. Have we answered questions like this by then replacing and solving for B? Yeah, and it's work intensive, right? This way is going to be faster and easier. All right, so point slope form. You have the information. Help me out. Y plus 3. Very good. 2 times x minus 4. So there's point slope form. Quick. If I then take that and Chase, this is what you were saying before. If I distribute my 2, what do I now have on the right-hand side? Yep. 2x minus 8. If I'm trying to get to slope-intercept form, what has to move? 3. So minus 3 minus my slope-intercept formula, please? Y equals 2x minus 11.
So I got that, but I did it like the other one.
It's fine. So here's the deal. If I ask you to write it in slope-intercept form, I don't care if you go and plug x and y in and solve for b, or you do it this way. I'm giving you another route. Okay? So you have another way to do something we already know how to do. Okay. Y'all do number 5 and 6, but I need point slope and slope intercept. Point slope, number 6 or 5. Good. Slope intercept. Very good. Number 6, point slope. Very good. Slope intercept. Yes.
I got mine.
4 times 3, 12, minus 1, minus 1.
Okay, but when I did it again,
When you input those points, since they're negative, it has to be plus 1 and plus 3. That had to have been what happened.
I did.
Put that down.
Can you go over the
Okay, distribute -2 for me. What do you get?
Oh,
That's what happened? Did you miss the sign of the second?
I thought it was 2 times x minus 2.
Ah, okay. There you go. Okay. Last page of notes, I believe, yeah. Last page. Now, let's combine everything. You've got 2 points to point slope, then to slope intercept. So, if I have 2 points, what's the first thing I need to find? Slope. What's my change in y? Plus 4. What's my change in x? Plus 2. So what's my slope? 2. Okay, now substitute the slope and one of the points. Does it matter which one? No, pick one. I heard 5, 8 first. Okay, it doesn't matter. If you use 3, 4, great. It'll get you to the same place. Y minus 8 equals, finish that out for me. X minus 5. Good. Now, for slope intercept form, distribute that 2 for me. What are you going to get? 2x minus 10. Now what? Add 8. Woo!
Minus 2.
Okay,
Come on now. Yeah.
2 more problems on your own. However, before you guys get too deep into that, look back 2 pages and look at the 2 points that were at the bottom. They're the same. Okay, so you should already have a point slope form equation that goes with these 2 points. You're just turning it into slope intercept. So this one, y equals 3x
Plus 26.
plus 26. This one, y equals 3x plus 5. Okay, this is not on your paper. We posted an extra practice page to Canvas, but I want to talk about what happens when you're given the formula or the equation, and you need to pull the information out, okay? So if I'm graphing and I have point slope form, what can I take from, where is everybody putting this, or why we're taking up? Just stop for a second and pay attention. Because you can't pay attention if you're digging in that side. Okay. What can I get out of this equation? Slope. What's the slope? -3. What else can I get? A solution. Make sure you pay attention to your signs. What's my solution? Not 2 4s. -2, -4. We have to be careful with the signs, okay? So -2, -4. Do I have enough information to graph now, Ryan? Stop. Stop what you're doing. Yes. I plot the point and then use the slope to keep going, okay? What's my slope for the second one? -2. What's my point? 2, -3. What's my slope? 3. What's my point? 1. Okay. What's my slope? Just -5 out. And then what's my point? Very good. Okay. You have to be able to go both directions. We'll talk more about that on Friday. What are you doing tonight?